All right, so today we have Jubilee. What being an what being an influencer really does to you, featuring Gabby Hanna. I think I said it right. Noah Miller and Glozell and more. And me, of course. I would say Kai Blazing, but I am going through a rebrand, not rebrand, rename basically, to find a name more fitting for me. I don't feel like Kai Blazing or Blazing Kai fits me. It was just a random name I came up years ago that I don't really care for now. But that's for another time. I'll be making a video on that when I come up with my new name. But whatever. Let's talk about this. What being an influencer really does to you? I have no idea. Cause I'm not at influencer level at all. I'm bottom the barrel right now. You know, climbing my way up, climbing from the ground to the top of a skyscraper. Bare feet too. But let's see what they say an influencer does to you.
One of my scandals was that people thought that I had sex with my pet bird. Like, I'm not kidding. And
did you say
like,
bird?
What did you do to make people think that?
Were you pretending to?
Here I am having a healthy life, healthy relationship, all these things, but I know it's gonna be so bad for business.
The Botox starts with your eyebrows here and then it's here, and it's like every single day I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, who is this person?
Spectrum shows us that even people who share similar lived experience can see the world in different ways. Inspired by perception box questions, these prompts are meant to spark honest reflection, challenge assumptions, and uncover what's beneath the surface. The video's not even up. I gotta start remembering this.
I portray a life I don't actually live.
I might go to somewhat discreet. Yeah, somewhat discreet.
Well, I post about myself and my life every day, so I'm posting exactly what's going on in my life. Okay, like I need some money, somebody to help me with my kid. Can I have a man? I need a man. Okay, make sure you don't edit that part out.
No, same. My stuff is very authentic and vulnerable to my real life, and I wouldn't be an influencer, have a platform, or even make content if I wasn't just portraying my everyday life.
yeah, I literally just vlog what I do every day, and I tell stories of things that actually happened. So I feel like it's pretty accurate to how I live my life.
Yeah, I guess our lives are interesting enough that people want to watch it.
Yeah.
True.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, I do not, because I created a character for my content. That was a really important thing for me once I was trying to start this content creation journey, was I wanted a wall, a barrier to say in between my real life and the audience, because honestly, like I enjoyed not being able, not posting in a while, but nobody worrying about where I'm at, who I'm with.
That's interesting because, yeah, I feel like sometimes I have no boundary in between like my actual life and my job. It's so...
I'm learning.
mesh together. Everything that I do, it's in the back of my head, this would be a good video, and I almost always act on it and I end up filming it. I used to be much better at keeping those things separate, but now because...
See, you better than me. I think of a good idea. I get ready to film and I don't film, or I film and I don't upload it. Y'all don't know. Don't start following me. I relate when you do that. I relate when you do that. Go back over. I forgot what I was saying. What else? Oh, y'all don't know how many videos I have recorded and not posted. So many. But I'm trying to actually really get back into posting now, as y'all see. But I've recorded so many videos and not posted. Some of them I don't even go back and look at it.
they're so intertwined, it's very hard for me to not jump at an opportunity to make a good video when I'm doing something interesting or fun. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna work on that because I'm not in a good place with it. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but the thing that I struggle with the most with filming constantly is I'm just always in my own head. Like, what am I gonna say next in the video?
Tell them say
Instead of
next.
being present and talking to the people that I'm with.
That's why I stood at disagree instead of strongly disagree, because there is always that little voice in the back of your mind of, I have to make sure that this is entertaining and I have to keep people engaged all the way through. And there's things that I have to do that would be authentic to my life. That's just simply not good content.
Yeah,
so I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
not film
watching.
myself doing those things. So accidentally, the life I'm portraying might not be as authentic as it feels to me, even though to me it does feel authentic, but I'm like doing my computer work at midnight when I can't film.
Stand on that decision.
It's like a
Stand
little
on
bit
it.
more polished, but it's still real. It's still you, but it's more like
Through a
shiny.
filter.
Yeah, it's filtered.
See, in my YouTube days, I think the only thing I really like had going for me, I used to do like storytime videos. I was called The Gabby Show if you were on like Vine or like
That's
early.
where I know you're from.
There we go.
Oh.
Like early YouTube. So
I don't know
the thing
none of
that I
y'all.
really had going for me was just
I
that
have no clue who
wasn't
none of
polishing
y'all are.
anything. Like
And y'all have
pimple
no
on the
idea who I
face,
am
like,
either.
Greasy skin, like really truly messy space, and also mental health. Like I feel like a lot of my traction was because I was one of the earlier creators to really show like depression, anxiety, and
I'm saying like I don't watch their type of content.
I think it
that's
did
what I'm
some
saying.
good, but I think that like coming online and doing story times or like getting emotional and like crying because like, wow, this is like actually hurting me, but also the views of this, like the blur of authenticity and just completely exploiting yourself was like treacherous.
Wait, hold on.
So I had to like take.
My bad, Boston. So that means I was sitting on the strongly agree side. Cause you know what I was just saying earlier in the field is I'm literally thinking about changing my name, my channel name to something that fits me. Something that suits me. Something that is me. I was literally just saying that at the beginning of the video. So I will be on the agree side and whatnot. I probably
huge
would
step
then.
back to the point where I share very, very little at all. Like honestly, I'm surprised I was asked as an influencer because I feel like I'm like retired. But
I really liked what you said about like how you have this character that's you wanted to nip it in the bud. You wanted to have kind of like this separate entity. Like you're running the account, but you have a character that you've kind of built.
Hannah Montana said it best. You get the best of both
Best of both worlds.
But
True.
do you guys, because like on my end, doing that, it
You
has been a
see
double-edged
this,
sword.
I was
Especially
starting with
nowadays
Hannah
when
Montana out here.
me and my team are like trying our damnedest to get out of this because we need to push this a little bit more. And you know, we're revisiting, kind of like I'm restarting in a way. I'm doing all the things that I used to do in a costume, but now as myself.
I'm jealous of you. I'm like very much trying to think of concepts that don't revolve around myself and to where you can have like consistency, that you're not sharing everything going on in your life. And like,
Man,
just as a
hop on the
personal
game.
example, I
Hop
had a
on the
very
game.
treacherous few years and my channel did really well during that time, but I knew that I was going to be entering a more steady season of life. And with that comes decline. And so part of me is like, oh no, like here I am having a healthy life, healthy relationship, all these things, but I know it's gonna be so bad for business. And I wish I had something that was detached from me. I do YouTube vlogs. I do
I was gonna
3
say
a week
something
and I
else,
have
but
for
I
like
messed
10
up. I was
years
like,
now.
cheat on him. Make a video on that. But no, don't hurt him. No. Just don't. Please. Forget I ever said that.
And I'm in a contract where I have to continue doing 3 a week. So in some ways it feels a little sticky and a little stuck. But I went through a phase in my early 20s where I was married and went through like a very messy divorce and just shared all of that in live time as I was learning things, which is great television and terrible for your mental health. So yeah, now I am remarried and steady and in a healthy relationship and love that for me.
That's
but
good to hear. That's good to hear.
don't love that for numbers.
People love a hot mess.
They do. They really do. In a lot of ways, I'm really thankful that I kind of just laid it all out there on the line and shared it all. Also, I do think oversharing that, in a sense, removed all of the shame of it for me because it felt like I was owning my own story and I was the one putting it out. And I know I can be really hard on myself when it comes to critiques and negativity, but I never feel embarrassed. I think who I present on social media is pretty accurate to how I actually live.
Okay. See, I'll go to strong. I'm gonna be honest with y'all now. I'll be on strongly agree. Or somewhat agree. I'll be on the agree side, cause about me, I have social anxiety. Self-diagnosed, of course. But yes. I am way better than I used to be, though. I am way better than I used to be. On time out, I was the shyest person you will ever meet. That was me. But I have gotten a lot, still a little bit, but I have gotten a lot better at that. I have got a lot better at expressing myself, and I'm probably more of me in front of the camera than with other people. Most people. Some people like my brother, I'm fully me. That's about it, honestly. Maybe my best friend too. But that's about it. So, I feel like I'm more of me on this camera than anything, to be honest. Just in here by myself, chilling, change the color lights, and play the video. I started yapping.
How I think and how I speak and how I see the world is accurately represented. I think from the outside in, I'm the same, but from the inside out, I am more just internally calm without the social media commentary that I have in my brain going all the time of like, how am I phrasing this? How could it be misconstrued? Do I need to choose different words? I just am always kind of self-editing in my brain with that social media persona in mind.
And even with, what character did you say, Hannah Montana? That ended. I mean, eventually you just can't pretend for so long. We know who you are.
Exactly. It's like,
but see,
once
I got in my off the camera.
As myself, I didn't feel respected. Honestly, I didn't feel respected, from the work that I've already put in, only because I have done that work in a costume. You almost start feeling like you don't know yourself.
Exactly. Almost like you have to get a new audience almost, because they have to get to know you. Because some people stay stuck. This is what you are. This is what I like. I need you to keep on the dress or whatever and stay that.
Absolutely. I get it all the time. I post something without a wig, and the comments are like, it's either I didn't recognize you or who is this? The character can't live unless the Nick is the same exact type of person. So like, as long as Nick is happy, the character can live. And this Nick is constantly happy now, to where I thought that happiness would create more for the character, but that happiness actually created more for myself to actually step away from that character. I thought the character was my happiness, but she really wasn't.
Oh, make sure y'all keep track of y'all mental health. Like him saying that kind of just brought up to make sure y'all keep handling our mental health. Make sure.
She was there for the time being, but the more confidence and the more happiness that I started to gain through her, I started to want to utilize that and apply it to my real life.
Yeah. I relate to having a character, because if I don't wear green lipstick and I show up, it's like, oh. And I could take my daughter to school, and I'm like, hello, and the principal's like, hi. Oh, hello, how you doing? Okay. I gotta, be the clown all the time, even though, unlike you said there's a different character. That is me, but that's not me all the time. Sometimes I'm calm, sometimes I'm hyper. And you take 2 or 3 minutes, and that's who I am all the time to you. That's it. 10 years later, that's it. Who do I think I am at this point in my life without the green lipstick? Nobody. Nobody. Nobody without the green lipstick. I really wish that I had another channel or another outlet where I could be myself without it. Without the green lipstick, not as funny, not as known, not the person who's the voice of a troll on the series, not a person that interviewed the press.
I would say do it, but I don't know how, she's a big creator, I don't know how that would work out. Like, will it hurt the brand? It seemed like it probably would, but I'm not sure. I'm not nowhere near her level. I can't really say.
President, not that person. You were like, who are you without the green lipstick? Well, I would love to find out.
We just listening right now.
I'm not there yet. I feel like I'm not seen without the green lipstick. I'm in a beautiful jail. It's nice here. It's great. However, I want to get out, and I don't know how to do that, or if I ever will. And boo-hoo to, it's like those first world problems, but it's still a problem.
think people, I mean, similarly to you, I don't really have a character. It is just me, but my videos are definitely, I'm high energy, I'm excited, I'm kind of like squawking at the camera. But I think when you kind of memify yourself over time, like you said, people expect this, like, they think you wake up and a switch flips and you're like, yeah, well, not really, what just happened? Like, but that's not your life all the time. Like, I would say 90% of the time,
I do be thinking that about some creators.
But sometimes I'm not, and sometimes there is a crazy story or a funny joke that I think of that I have to tell on TikTok or on Instagram, but people kind of expect this like wind-up toy when they meet you, and you can't always perform to their level.
And you can't change. When you're an actor and you're on a movie, you could be a Marvel character here, and then next time you're a doctor, and the next time you're a teacher, and the next time you're dying of this. But us, we are it.
What if the story you're telling yourself?
I hate myself. This is what I thought. Shout out to Johnny Sins. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Isn't the whole story. We're all moving through life boxed inside an invisible, personal reality filter, a perception box. Your perception box shapes how you see the world and how you judge yourself and others, often without you even realizing
I'm terrible
it.
judging
So
myself.
if something in this episode makes you a little uncomfortable, ask yourself, what am I reacting to? What story am I believing?
Don't worry, I'm just taking
and
it all
what might I
in.
be missing?
Looking at it.
Now let's get back to the video. I've feared being canceled.
I'm gonna have to go with somewhat disagree.
So I had a little period of time where it was just like lightning rod of just little dumb drama things that didn't really like matter a lot, but then it just became like
this is my thought, right? My bad. I know ladies first, but I'm gonna speak first, okay? And then you speak. Not to be rude or anything, but you know it's a video. I can pause you. But okay, so this is how I feel, right? If you have a core fan base, and especially they know you, they're going to stick with you no matter what. They're going to stick with you. Sure, you're gonna lose. Like, let's say you mess up, whatever. Your fans know you. They might know you didn't probably mean it like that or whatever, but they gonna stick with you. They are going to stick with you. Are you sure you might lose brand deals and other things like that? But your true core, they are going to stick with you. Most of the time, unless you do something really, 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 really bad. So,
like honestly kind of dark at a point where it felt just constant from every angle, and then just kept getting like.
But then sometimes like you might still feel like you still gotta walk on eggshell. Though like it's gonna be somewhat agree or somewhat disagree. When you're like right there on the edge, because sometimes like you don't want to lose your majority audience. You only have your core left, or you don't want to lose a little bit of audience. Only have depending how big your core is. But I could really see being on the degree side as well though. I could really see that.
Honestly, darker and
So
darker and like, weirder.
I'll put myself on strongly agree.
When you were talking about like wanting to like lighten
I mean, somewhat agree.
Like you feel safe. Don't. Like, why would you feel safe? Like, I want to shake you. I had like the fear. You realize like some cancellations are valid, and then some are somewhat true, and then some are like maybe
outrageous,
a little true, but
like
not worth what it got
some
into,
stuff be outrageous.
You see
and be
so many
taken out of context.
Careers just like ending. And I did fear that for a really long time, which is why I came over here, because so much of my life for multiple years was obsessing over that. And then once things happened where it was like, oh, she's canceled or cancel her or whatever it was like, okay, but nobody's ever truly canceled until they give up. So then it became this thing where it's like, well, I'm not gonna let people win.
That was
like,
deep, honey.
Anybody who's engaging in cancel culture because they believe that it's helpful is wrong. Because nobody's ever changed because they were hated. People have changed because they're shown love and empathy and compassion. But at the end of the day, everybody deserves forgiveness and grace, because we're all given forgiveness and grace, and you have to give what you want to receive. It's one of those things where it's like, I have to be careful.
She's spitting. I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what hold on. Let me think real quick. Oh, I feel like cancel culture has been dying out a lot lately. I feel like it has.
How far I talk because it's easy to tailspin, right? But I guess the summary from my perspective is just like people realized that they could continue to say things that weren't true, and it just like spiraled out of control. Sorry. I cried in the car before this because I was like, let me just get it out there, but it sucks because if you like say that, people are like, oh, you can't take accountability, but it's like,
It's
no,
okay.
you're
It's
asking
okay
me
to be
apologize
emotional.
for
It's
something
okay.
that's not real. So that's why I stepped back because it was just like, I accept where God is like moving me. So like, if you would have asked me like a month ago, like, do you think cancel culture works? I'd been like, honestly, yeah, because like it changed my life. Like that was how I found true peace, like comfort, slow mornings, like enjoying the success that I already acquired, that I'm now just at this point trying to like redeem a reputation that nobody cares about. And that's ultimately what like I really came to, is like, who cares about me? And I mean that in like the most self-loving way. This isn't worth fighting for. Like, okay, so people online don't like me. That's okay. Like I have like my family,
okay.
my husband, like my community, like my people online who I'm friends with, and that's like the most important thing. But yeah, I guess that's like.
You're not relying on that to eat then. You're not relying on it for your money then.
No, and that's, if
not like that for
anybody's like,
everybody.
side note, if there's any like influencers out here watching, like young startups, save your money, like
I
retire.
know.
Like you might get canceled, whether you know, whatever, just save your money, invest well, and retire early. I guess sharing my vulnerability stopped feeling like a release and more like a burden whenever I was no longer being celebrated for sharing. Because there was a lot of time where it's like, yay, like vulnerable, like so honest, like we need this. And I think that is true. But then when it's like, hey, like I'm getting like very publicly mocked for like my mental health, and like now it's like this thing that made me sort of like relatable and real is now the thing where it's like, she's psychotic, she's manic, she's evil, she's a narcissist, she's a manipulative, like horrible person, she deserves to die, literally. Like cancel her, like literally put an end to her.
Excuse me real quick, excuse me. Even if you're not a content creator or trying to be a content creator or a small content creator, whatever, still that save up. Just do it. Never know what could happen in life. Just do it. Set your goals.
I relate to that last thing you said like so much. Like I feel like I got canceled so many times, and the thing that comforts me the most is like my friends love me, my family loves me, and they know who I am. Like why do I care? Like what all of these like losers are saying about me that don't know me, like it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of like my personal life. So that really helps me a lot. But I feel like I got canceled like so many times in such a short period that I somewhat don't fear it as much anymore, because I feel like I got it over with, like all the craziness. One of my scandals was that people thought that I had sex with my pet bird. Like I'm not kidding. And
Did you say
like,
bird?
People.
But like I said, what did you do to it? Like, come on now, come on. Why would they think that?
Genuinely believed this, and
Were
that
you
is
pretending to?
no.
Was the
There
bird
was no
close
like
to
there was
you?
no like suggestion
Like-
of that.
No, I
See, like they asking her real quick, like, thank you for asking the question for me. Now I don't seem bad. Now I don't seem like a a-hole, basically.
No, so I made a TikTok once, and I was just like, oh my God, like I just found out that if you like pet, because I have a pet bird, if you pet his back, like it can turn them on. And I made this video about it, and people ran, and that is to this day like my biggest scandal. And it's so like crazy, but like people have
Because
taken
like it's bestiality, it's like she's a pervert.
But
it's
did
like
they keep it up?
craziness. Oh, it's still to this day. Yeah. But I feel like that was the biggest one, and there was like a little ones around it, but it got so dark for me too. I literally had to delete the app for like 8 months. I focused on YouTube.
I've exploited my personal life for content.
Have I? I don't think I have at all. What you mean by that?
I mean, I feel like my whole platform was literally just that. Like it was the
Like-
Gabby show. Like it was literally.
say you have exploited, right?
My content outside of Vine, because Vine was just like very short, little catchy
Like,
things.
I
as
do
soon as it was
gaming, I do reaction. That's about it. So I'll be on the discreet side.
to go over to YouTube. So it was just like, okay, well, let me do a Q&A. And then from there, it was like, people recognized my face from Vine. So then like YouTube just grew so quickly that I was like, oh, this is what I do. So then I'd be like at Playlist Live or VidCon and be like telling stories. And then there'd be these like major creators who were like, you should tell that online. And there was like this like little kind of gut thing in me. I was like, no, I feel like that would be, you know, too much, whether it's about me or another person. And then it just got to a point where it's like, you kind of bend what you're willing to do a little more and a little more and a little more. And before you know it, you're just like bearing everything. And then it got to a point with me where, like, I've never been afraid to be emotional on camera. Like, I would cry, like I would rant. If I was like going through something, I would share it. Like,
I ain't like, y'all would never see me emotional on camera. I am so serious. I am so serious. Y'all would never. Maybe in the games they'll be like to game and stuff, but to anything that's going on with me, y'all will never see me emotional on camera. Y'all most likely won't, because I don't scream. I just record. So it could be edited out or just not posted, of course. But yeah, y'all might see one day, but as of now, not right now. Nah.
really like emotional, like trauma dumping type things, because it was getting a lot of views. And at the time it was kind of, well, you know, at the beginning-ish of mental health. So the more you talked about it, you were like applauded for that. Like it was like, oh my gosh, you're so brave. Like you're helping destigmatize mental health. In exploiting your own vulnerability, you're ultimately in a way.
Now, if there's one certain person watching, I mean, if it's one certain person watching, don't say nothing. Don't say, I know I said I don't be emotional towards y'all, but you is different though. Okay? If there's one person watching, you is different. Love you.
Exploiting the audience's vulnerability. But then they expect what they paid for, what they're asking for. It's like, give us everything, like dance. And yeah, I feel like I went to a pretty far extreme with it. Like I think that I've probably shown more like mental health breakdowns than most people can like really relate with. And I wanted to. Like I wanted people to understand that this actually was having an impact, and I didn't want to let it stop me. The first time I ever sat down on a camera and I was like crying, I was like, this is obviously totally unnatural. I remember like editing some of those earlier videos. I'm like, wow, this is like really intense and like real and raw, but there was something that I did like about it, that it was just kind of like, I'm not a documentarian, but I feel like that's probably the sort of feel of just like, wow, this is so real. So I would say immediately I knew that it was exploiting it. It was quickly batted away because it made the most money. You just give a little more, you give a little more. It's like, whoa, like that video got $1 million a day because I was crying in the thumbnail. Like, boo-hoo, like pay me some more, you know?
So in terms of oversharing and vlogging through my divorce, I think that I accidentally gamified me finding things out in real life for other people. Like it almost felt
people like seeing that kind of stuff.
A murder mystery party for people.
Or
like, oh,
use
she's
that
finding
for
out things that she doesn't know yet. I bet we can also find out things. And I learned so.
Yeah, they either use like they like type content, using it for themselves, like help them.
So much of what I didn't know
This
that
make
was
a lot of
going on
noise,
in
by
my
the
own
way.
life by people just being internet sleuths
I
and then
didn't know
like
one.
sending me screenshots or whatever. And in some ways I'm thankful because maybe I wouldn't have ever known that, and it's like helping to put puzzle pieces in the puzzle that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. But in other ways it feels like we're crossing so many boundaries right now. There's so many lines that have been crossed. So yeah. A lot of women go through divorces in their 20s, but nobody feels like they know anyone else that has. And that was a recurring theme
I don't
that
know
I
anyone
saw
that has, to
in
be
my
honest
comments
with
and my DMs is people were like, I am 24 and I'm going through a divorce and I feel so ashamed and so alone, and watching you navigate it makes me feel like somebody else gets it.
Well, I
still know I should
exploit
have been married.
dating, you know, because everybody seems to be interested in that and how, you know, bad it goes. So then I'm filming everything like, oh my goodness, look how he eats and how he snores, you know. Well, I lost a husband because of it, because I'm just videoing vlogging about my life, and I'm thinking we're gonna have a kid, but then it never happened, and then I had to do IVF, and I didn't know the story was gonna go so long, so I already started talking about it, and then we had to get a surrogate, and then it's been more than a year, and then it turned into a series, and then I'm like, okay, we have a baby, that's great, and he's gone. You know, because I was filming everything. That was the most important thing. And I thought, like, he's cool, we cool. You know, I thought, but, so I do feel like, wow, you know, I have my daughter, but I probably would have everything if I hadn't put it all out there.
Wow, that's powerful.
Thanks for sharing that.
So the next husband, come on. So after posting everything of my life, and what was going on, how this didn't work, how that didn't work, how, you know, then we had to find somebody to carry the child. I think overall it was, he said, and I've never said this, he said that I castrated him. So I knew it was pretty much done there. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. I look back and I'm thinking, I'm a great person, I'm wonderful, you know, I'm kind, I have a good heart. Why would you leave me? Obviously, it's him. It's his fault. You know, you want to leave, you're not talking, you know, you shut down. That's you, I'm talking. Boy, am I talking, I'm telling everybody. Oh, you told everybody. Oh, he's got uncles, he's got aunties, he's got sisters, he's got brothers, you know, and I'm not taking into account that people are like, well, look at what your wife is putting out there. I'm like, forget them, because I'd already been through that. He had Glozell with the green lipstick. He didn't have Glozell without the green lipstick. That person didn't even exist anymore.
I feel like it never used to feel like I was exploiting myself because I wanted to. Like the first 2 years I did TikTok, I posted 4 story times a day just because I had so many like insane like TMI stories that I had to tell, but I loved doing it. But I feel like recently, this is TMI, but I do OnlyFans, and I bought a house a couple of years ago that I could afford at the time.
Wait, what?
I do.
And you got a fiance?
I do.
Is he in only? Like, you
He's
just
in
show
some
your
of it.
feet?
He's in some of it. I don't show my feet. Well, I guess I do. But I started it a few years ago, and I bought the house a couple of years ago, and I was making a lot from it, and I feel like it's declined quite a bit, like my income on OnlyFans, because of the place in life that I'm at right now. I'm no longer like psycho and like going out drinking all the time, and like I'm at home with my fiance and like cooking, and I just feel like that sort of content doesn't direct to OnlyFans, so I don't make as much money. So I feel like recently I feel like I'm exploiting myself more because I'm talking about things that I don't really want to talk about, and I'm just like grasping at straws and like telling all these stories that I never wanted to even tell. And now I'm at the point where I have no secrets. And I'm like, so like a couple of weeks ago, I was like trying to be crazy again, like just to.
She talking about her exploring herself after the OnlyFans stuff, right? When I guess you could have said the same as the OnlyFans, but people do different content on there, I think. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to judge the conclusion on what she do on there.
Direct traffic to my OnlyFans because that's the only content that does that. So I was like just exploiting myself in ways, like I was going out and getting really drunk with like my friends and like filming things that I wouldn't normally film for TikTok just to do that. And it made me feel so icky because that's just not who I am anymore. So I stopped doing that recently, but then the other day I told this story that I never was planning on talking about. I put it behind a paywall, so I'm not gonna talk about it now because it will make me sob, but like, I never wanted to talk about that, and I felt like I had to. So now I just feel.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
It's not too late to delete it, is it?
No, but I mean, it's out there now. People typed it all out, put it on Reddit, and all the things.
I'm confused to what OnlyFans is.
Maybe? Do you know what it is?
I thought I did, but you said when I'm talking and I'm videoing and I'm drinking, like.
Oh, no, I just mean like the videos that I make on TikTok will direct traffic to my OnlyFans.
Got it.
I had a pet bird, and this is like really like deep to me. Like I love animals, I'm vegan, I have pets, and I had a pet bird for a while. And
the reason I laughed at what she said earlier about how she was canceled because people thought she was doing things, inappropriate things, with the bird. That's why I'm laughing. And I can more see why people thought that. Not saying I think that, but knowing that you do OnlyFans or did whatever, I can see more why people think that. I'm not saying I am not saying I think that at all. Like you're doing the bird. I'm not saying I think that, because I don't think you're doing that. And let's get on the video.
And he was in a lot of my content, and so a lot of people like knew him. His name was Marty, and it got to a point, and like it's hard for people to understand who have never owned a bird before, but they're very like complex creatures, and you have to be like a very special type of person to own a bird. And I was not that person, and I tried for so long to make it work, but it was getting to the point where I would literally like walk the streets all day long just so I wouldn't have to be home, because he caused me like so much overwhelming anxiety and panic attacks and like just straight up distress, to the point where I rehomed him to my dad, but I can't see him anymore because birds are just so connected with their owners. I felt like such an awful person for doing that, and I'm so like humiliated and ashamed by it. And I was never gonna talk about it. People ask me all the time, like that's the question I get overwhelmingly every day, like where's Marty, where's Marty, where's Marty? And I was never gonna talk about it because I'm so embarrassed by it. But I feel like it's gotten to the point where I'm like trying to like pay my mortgage because I built this like house off of my OnlyFans, whatever, that like I felt like I had to talk about it finally, and I didn't want to. So, I've like never.
Talk to you because I'm like, you trying to pay your mortgage, but you got a fiance.
Yeah.
Not paying?
We split it, but it's like a crazy mortgage because I built it based off of what I was making at the time, like an idiot, and I'm not making that anymore.
But you have a fiance.
Yeah, but he has like a normal job, so, and it's like a really big mortgage.
Where's my close-up camera? What?
Being an influencer has changed how I see myself.
I will go with. I'll be on somewhat agree.
Changed how I see myself. I think because
Hold on. I know I'm going first. I have what it called? I can't think of what it called, but like I said earlier, I was an extremely shy person. But on here, I feel like more of myself. I can see myself more. I feel more of myself in front of this camera than anything, really. I could actually talk, blabber and everything. But before in person, I really could not do none of that because like I was quiet, didn't really speak to many people or speak much. But when I'm sitting here in front of this camera, I'm like, if I wanted to, I could be 100. I could talk 100. How'd the saying go? 100 words per minute, something like that. 100, like I could in here I could do that. Like in here it's just me, almost like I'm in my own head. So this how my brain looks. Interesting. Interesting. But I am being serious though. I am being so serious. I might get more on that topic one day, might not. I might forget. But yeah.
Because when internet started and YouTube started, I was already older, so I was pretty much myself, as opposed to someone who was 16, 17. You're not the same person at 22, 23.
No.
I was like 30, now I'm 53. I haven't changed too much.
For me, it has kind of just dissipated any type of negative thought I've had about myself. So many ups and downs, but like I'm very proud of myself to get to the point. I've done a lot of stuff my first year as a creator, all on my own. I didn't sign into an agency until like the last year, and then like things completely like changed drastically because I was no longer the one doing everything. Because I've always been like the entire journey, I was always doing everything myself: the recording, the concept, the recording, the editing, the posting, the schedule. I used to study algorithm in Alabama as a hobby. But I moved here and the pandemic started, so it was no longer a hobby. I could do it for an actual job. and making that choice. First of all, believing myself to take that jump to do that as a full-time job. I never would have thought that I was able to do that. But honestly, in the last few years, I have been able to, I've seen so many new sides to myself in a positive way. So I'm like, oh damn, like I actually can do that. And also like, I'm just pushing myself constantly and seeing not only what I'm presenting, but also how I'm reacting to things, because I used to be a very reactive person. And since being an influencer, I'm able to see that I can have those times to take a beat.
And mine's on the positive side too. I feel like I had no path when I was like out of high school. I didn't really go to college. I was working at a restaurant and just like drinking all the time with my friends, and which is fine, but I wasn't ever passionate about anything. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then I found this and it fulfills me like so much. And I grew up watching like Jenna Marbles, Shane Dawson, Tana Mojo, and like they just like helped me so much like escape from my life. And like I loved being in fandoms and being a fangirl for so many different things. So now that I get to do that for people, that fulfills me like so much. And I love it, and it makes me see myself so differently. Like I feel like I was very insecure growing up as a kid, as a teenager. Like I didn't have much confidence in myself, and now I do. And I feel like it's from like I feel like I'm good at something and I'm helping people. So
social media has given me.
But I can relate. I can relate to that. The reason why I didn't go to college was because I just had no motivated to do anything. Now I'm pretty much working a job I don't really like right now. I do have a somewhat of a degree, I guess, but that's from dual enrollment in school. But yeah, so now I'm trying to think like now I'm to the mindset where I want to just basically progress. First off, I want to get this job, find another job that I pretty much like while still focused on this YouTube, and go from there. I've been learning stock and stuff for a while, but I get depressed and stuff like that, and be like, I don't feel like looking at the market today. Then I be forgetting about the market. I'm like, I was on night shifts for so long, I just didn't have time for the market. Cause I would go to work, get off at 7, I'll be asleep, wake up, market closed. Actually, I'd be up when the market open though, but I'd be too tired to just go in there and just, when I was a night shot, I didn't go sleep like 12, but now my schedule is from like 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, right now my schedule is 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, ugh. And yeah, so now I'm in a mind state to progress now. Man, I just really opened up to y'all. Like, I don't know y'all like that. But I just really kind of a little bit opened up to y'all. But, yeah.
Like definitely a sense of ambition of not only what I can do with social media, but what I can do
I am so good
from
at
it,
that.
where I can take like a different field if I want to go into some sort of like I studied communications in college, and I think that combined with social media experience has given me this kind of like I've kind of looked up and looked at other career options, and I'm like, whoa, there's this whole world out there. Whereas when I was 16, going viral for the first time, I wasn't thinking long term at all, and I wasn't thinking about doing social media as a career, but I'm so glad that it's lasted over 5 years at this point, and that I'm kind of like excited for the next step and excited for this next stepping stone. But I think maybe on the negative side, I'm sure maybe some of us do, some of us don't experience this. I think social media has definitely made me more critical of my appearance, or maybe like what outfit I'm putting on, or my outward presentation to the world if I'm choosing to film that day, because it matters and it reflects in, like video performance sometimes, like how put together the person looks. But I think there's positives and negatives of how social media has changed the way I viewed myself.
Live by the applause, die by the booze. That's why I'm on this line. I felt it on both scales of it, where it's like, it made me feel like, came from really not being anyone, like was not popular in school, like never really fit in, and then all of a sudden all these people are like, you're awesome, you're funny, you're hot, you're cool.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't fit in.
People are cutting their hair like you, like they're coming to your tour stops, like it was
I
amazing feeling.
Yes, I had a friend group, but basically I joined my brother's friend group. Basically, that, boom. And I did not feel like I fit in. Man, because how extreme. I told you, if y'all met me, yeah, I've been the shyest person y'all will ever known. For real, I am so serious. I am serious. Y'all don't know younger me. He was not him. He was not. Act like I'm just acting like I'm him. Not right now. I'm still. I'm not him right now, but I am progressing. I'm in the progressive stage of life. I'm going I'm talking about just do better with everything. Like I'm in that state now, so I'm like, yeah. That's why you see all my a lot of videos on the channel that has been taken down. I'm talking about I literally took down all videos at one point. I'm talking about I didn't even private. I just straight deleted them. I take so many breaks on my gaming channel. Yes, please check on y'all mental health. Please make sure you're good. Please make sure you have the energy to do something. To do it, please keep on track on that. Cause this probably the first time in a while I actually felt this, felt in the mindset progressing, felt motivated about something. This one of the first times actually, for real though. I'm proud of myself.
But then it's also the people who are making fun of the way you look. Or I dealt a lot, I'm sure a lot of people on social media and not, we're all struggling with our body image. I started getting into fillers and Botox and stuff, and that really messed with my mind. There were some times where I was looking in the mirror and I was getting freaked out because I didn't recognize myself, because fillers always migrating. The Botox starts with your eyebrows here and then it's here, and it's every single day I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, who is this person? Then I'm disgusting, I'm hideous. At one point I was extremely small and I didn't even realize it.
And that's where self-confidence, I lacked a lot of self-confidence before. I've lacked a lot of self-confidence. I really have.
Until looking back, I'm like, oh, I was sick. I was very, very unwell. I guess to go back to that prompt about being addicted to what people's opinions or validation, I think it was, I would consider myself a recovering addict, where like any other recovery, it's this is something I could easily fall back into.
Oftentimes I think about how I see myself from a character, my character, less than I see myself visually. And I look at myself as I was as a kid and I'm like, oh, she was so confident and cute and just did not care. I would wear bedazzled ties to school, and I would outgrow my jeans too fast and cut off the bottoms and make them jean leg warmers. And I was like, I don't care, say whatever about me. But I think I lost a lot of the confidence in myself through posting myself online, because I start to question if people are seeing things in me that I'm blind to about myself. So if somebody gives me a criticism that is about my character, I want to be self-aware. And so then I start to wonder, oh, are they saying something that I'm just not aware of that I do? Something about my privilege, or the way I speak to my loved ones, or do I fall in love too easily, or whatever?
I fall in love way too easily. For real.
My awareness of myself
that's my downfall.
Because I'm always taking everything with a
hopefully not this time,
whatever the opposite of a grain of salt is. I'm always giving everything
the whole shaker.
Yes. I'm giving them the whole shaker. I'm actually taking it in and assessing it because I want to be self-aware. And I think that that's ruined my own confidence in my character. Logically, I understand that so many more people are nice than mean, but it's just my brain and heart latches on to the one mean comment. And I think it is a desire to defend myself or to understand why. When someone's nice, it's just, oh, that's so kind. And then there's nothing else to really process about that. But when someone is more critical or negative, there is more that my brain wants to unpack. And I'm like, did I do something wrong? Are they projecting something onto me? And I just feel myself kind of marinating on that for longer than I should.
When you've been up, you know that you can get up again. And when you start to move up again, some of the people who were friends down here, they mad at you because they've never been up there, so they don't know that, it's just you can't win. When they stay lonely at the top, I'm like, got it. Got it, understand.
Advice I would give to my younger self is don't place so much weight in what people think about you on the internet. They don't know you in person. They never will know you in person. All that matters is what your close friends and family think about you.
Be yourself, be kind, be loving. Like, this other stuff, it's not ever going to make anyone happy. Like, that's why you see so many stories of celebrities who are killing themselves, and we still don't get it. Like, this isn't going to make us happy. Achieving things in the world, like, is great and fun, but ultimately it's not gonna make you happy. So every movement where you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna bend my morals a little bit on this. I'm gonna do something I'm not really comfortable with. You're just like kind of giving more and more of yourself away. So I would tell myself, keep your privacy.
Hit the link below.
And my advice to my younger self, and to y'all out there too, is, like you said, be yourself, be you. So what would people think? That's why I was shy or whatever. But so what would people think? Do it. Do you. They ain't living your life. You're living your life. And honestly, I'm not saying I'm fully there yet, but I'm still working on that now. But like I said, I'm fully myself in front of this camera. That's why I'm fully myself. That's why I'm fully myself, and I'm still working on being myself. So yeah, I do still have a journey to make. I still have ways to go. I'm getting there. Like I said, I'm in now a progression mind state that I can really focus on things. That I can go instead of just laying down, sleeping all day, laying down in the bed up there, laying down right there, like doing nothing, just laying. Not even sleeping, just laying. That's it. I've been into y'all a lot, didn't I? Yeah, I just trumped up to y'all. What y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? I trumped up. Do something. But, yeah.
For perception box questions that invite you to zoom out, soften up, and see things a little bit
different. That's definitely it. But, yeah, be yourself. Be yourself. Be who you truly are. Don't let other people close you in this box. Don't let that happen. Just find confidence in yourself and believe in you. And I'm talking to you too, me. I'm talking to me too. I ain't like, yeah. But I guess that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Screw, I'm gonna say this one the last few times. I am gonna say it. I'm gonna keep saying it till I figure out what my name will be. Cause like I told you, I'm planning on changing my channel name to something that's more fitting to me. Kai Blazing, out.